there, I'm Tiffany Wuebben, and I'm so excited to have you here with me today. We all know patients are at the heart of everything we do, but how often do we stop to think about their experience in our practice? From the moment they walk in to the moment they leave, every single touch point matters. Today, we're talking about enhancing your patient experience, because when patients feel comfortable, cared for, and valued, it's a game changer for loyalty for sure. So it's all about their satisfaction and hospitality-based care. By the end of this session, you'll have actionable steps to create that warm and welcoming vibe every patient deserves. All right, so what does an exceptional patient experience actually look like? For starters, it's about creating an environment that feels more like a sanctuary than a sterile clinic. Little things make a big difference. When patients walk in, what do they see? What do they hear and feel? A well-designed space with calming colors, comfortable seating, and maybe even some soothing music sets the tone, sets the stage before you even say hello. It's like walking into a boutique hotel versus, well, the DMV. You want patients to think, I'm in a good place here. I'm in a good place and I feel it. But it's not just about the physical space, it's about the people in it. Your team is the first point of connection. A friendly greeting at the front desk where they stand up and they greet the patient might seem small, but it signals to the patients that they really matter. Try using their names whenever possible. Good morning, Sarah. We're so glad to see you today. See how that works and see how the patient reacts when you use their name. This personal touch is simple, but it lays the groundwork for trust. Speaking of personal touches, personalized care is everything. Patients don't want to feel like they're being shuffled through a conveyor belt. They want to be seen as individuals, unique. That starts by really listening. Ask open-ended questions during their appointments. How have you been feeling since the last treatment? Or is there anything you've been noticing that you'd like us to focus on today? These questions show that you really care about their input. And don't forget, it's just as important to listen as what they say. We've got to listen to them. A patient who seems nervous or distracted may need extra reassurance. Take an extra moment to explain what happens and check in with them. You seem a little uneasy. Would it help if I walked you through this step again? Another way to boost the patient experience is by empowering them with information. Nobody likes feeling left in the dark about their own health. Use visuals, models, or photos to explain treatment plans and make it easy for patients to understand their options. Taking the time to educate shows you respect their role in the decision-making process, and it builds confidence in your care. Now, here's a question. When was the last time you asked your patient how you're doing? Patient feedback is one of the most valuable tools to improving your practice. It only takes a minute to gather, and trust me, it's worth it. Consider follow-up surveys asking for feedback after their appointments, either with an email link or a quick form at checkout. Keep the questions simple and focused, like, was our team friendly and helpful? Or is there anything we could have done different to make your visit better? This creates an open line of communication and shows that you're genuinely committed to improving and that you're listening to their feedback and that you value it. But here's the important part. Don't just gather feedback, act on it. If patients consistently mention long wait times or confusion about treatment plans, use that information to make some real change. Maybe you could streamline the check-in process or try a couple of new scheduling tools. Patients notice when their voices are being heard and they lead to action, and it strengthens trust even more. All right, but why does all this effort really matter? Enhancing the patient experience creates the ripple effect far beyond a single appointment. Patients who feel appreciated are more likely to stick around, leading to better retention and valuable referrals. They're also more likely to recommend your practice to family and friends, helping you grow through those referrals. And that feedback is what drives that. And perhaps most importantly, a positive experience makes patients more engaged in their own care, leading to better health outcomes. And isn't that a plus? When patients feel comfortable and understood, they're more likely to follow your recommendations and commit to their treatment plans. It's truly a win-win situation for everyone. Before we wrap up, I want to recap the key takeaways. First, create a welcoming environment that makes patients feel at ease the moment they arrive, the moment they walk through that front door. Next, focus on personalized care. Listen, observe, and adapt to what each patient needs in the moment. Empower your patients with clear information and respect their role on their own care. Finally, gather and act on feedback to continually refine and uplift the experience you're offering. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about making steady, thoughtful improvements that show patients they're the priority and that you want to listen to them and they are valuable to you. Now, here's my challenge for you. Take a walk through your patient experience from start to finish as if you were a patient yourself. What's working? What could use a little TLC? Maybe it's the waiting room. Maybe it's the whole vibe, the friendliness of the first interaction, or the follow-up process. Choose one area to improve and think about how a small adjustment could make a big impact. Thank you so much for joining me today. Enhancing the patient experience doesn't just make your practice stand out, it makes your patients feel seen, heard, and cared for. Keep putting their needs at the center of everything you do, and I know you'll keep building those strong, lasting relationships, which is the biggest importance. Take care, and I can't wait to see you next time.